there is one overlooked feature for entrepreneurs on Facebook. So, hi guys, my name is Asher. So, I decided to make this quick video because, as entrepreneurs, many of us are using, actually, not saying many of us, most of us I see these days, utilizing our Facebook profiles, for business related stuff. And so, there are people who actually use Facebook pages, and there are those who use Facebook profiles. But for those who are creating, for example, a business who are utilizing their Facebook profiles for business, that's actually a little bit of a risky move. And when you do something like that, it's actually kind of against Facebook's terms of service. It's something that a lot of people kind of know, but they hope that because everybody's doing it, they're hoping that Facebook doesn't come and clamp down on them. So it's a little bit of a risky move. But I found there's a little bit of an interesting workaround that I thought would be interesting, actually would be helpful for you if you are an entrepreneur who actually wants to make full use of Facebook itself to help you in your business. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So what I'm going to do right now is actually kind of go to the drawing board and just to show you exactly what I'm trying to get at. All right. So when it comes to our Facebook itself, right, we actually have something called a profile. Okay. And we have another thing, of course, we are known as this thing is called page. So when it comes to a profile and when it comes to the page itself, there are differences. So of course, I think this is a very obvious thing, but I think I want to share with you especially what's this difference when it comes to a profile and it comes to a page. So the reason why a lot of us are using a profile, right, is also because of one very obvious thing, right, is that all our friends are there, right? All our friends are here. All our friends are here. So when it comes to using Facebook profiles, a lot of us use this as a way to tell people, hey, that's what we are doing. Because the way we have the most is that we have the most reach when it comes to our business. We want to tell more people about what we are doing. So a lot of us use that. But the thing is, you actually you should not use for biz only, not use for biz only. So this is actually pretty important. The reason why I say this actually that you shouldn't be using only for business is because when it comes to Facebook itself, right, you actually you should not be using that for only for business. If you look over here at the when it comes to this terms of service of Facebook itself, right, it is actually against Facebook's terms of service to use your profile to represent something other than yourself. Example, your business. So if you are using your business on your profile, it is actually against Facebook terms of service. And a lot of people actually don't know, or they just, like I was saying earlier, they turn a blind eye. They hope that Facebook doesn't see that. But a lot of people are doing that. So the risk that we all run, is that you could permanently lose access to your account if you don't convert it to a page. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like jaywalking. Jaywalking is in Singapore, right? It's illegal. You cannot jaywalk. But people do it, and nonetheless, you hope that you don't get hit by a car, and of course, you don't hope that when you're doing a jaywalking, there's like traffic police that comes by and then they just come out of the vehicle. You've been jaywalking, So that's the kind of thing that we hope it doesn't happen, right? So, but when it comes to business itself, the thing that we want to make sure is that we don't want to just use only our Facebook for business stuff, right? So if I head back over to what I've been drawing over here. All right. So the thing is, the reason why people don't want to use a page, right? They don't want to use a page is because the thing is, when you are on a page itself, right? This is actually, I would say, is a bad point. Is that you need to build a following. You need a following. All right. You need to build it. Okay, build it. So it's not so easy. Because when it comes to our page itself, a lot of businesses are using Facebook pages to run the business. But unfortunately, because there's not so many people that's actually following that page, so they need to build from scratch. So when they put up content, they put up posts, they put up videos, whatever, there's pretty much no response. There's pretty much like no traction, no engagement. So as a person who's starting a business on Facebook, right, it gets a little bit depressing, right? So when I put up videos, I put up stuff, nobody's reading, nobody's seeing. And of course, I'm then tempted to throw away the new page I just made and just put everything on my Facebook profile. again, but you run the same risk as what I said earlier, that you it's against Facebook terms of service. Now, if people report your account, you could lose it. All right. So I don't know. I hope that doesn't happen. But I have seen, I think you have seen as well, where people go online and then they make the whole profile purely about business stuff, and the engagement rates are extremely abysmally low because it's just kind of like a full-blown advertisement board, right? So the whole profile is really just an advertisement, and they add a lot of people, like literally on the profile itself. The goal for them is just to add people. So they add friends, add friends, add friends. So like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 different 5 people. That's the max. But you can see that even though there are 5,000 friends, the engagement rate is completely abysmal. It's like 2, 3, 4 likes. They might not even get any likes sometimes. So when you create a profile for business, the people who are connected with it, they know that this is a business account and it's just there to sell something. So in terms of the connectivity, the relativity, not there. Doesn't exist. So when it comes to that, right? So what a lot of people did is actually it's an optional thing, right? It's an optional thing over here, is that they convert a profile to a page. Now I say this is optional because when you convert a profile to a page, the good thing about that is that you're actually able to transfer all of your existing friends, family, business contacts, whatsoever, onto that same page. So suddenly your brand new page has like exactly the same number of fans as the number of people who are connected with you on Facebook on your own profile. So you can do that. So when you do something like that, all right. So what happens is that when your goal is to create a business brand on you basically Facebook is saying create a page, right? So what happens is that you will have an unlimited number of people who can follow this for profile. You can follow up to 5,000. So on a personal account, you can have unlimited number of people following you. So, but if you actually convert that to a page, right? So when you convert that over to a page, you can go to this link over here. It's at facebook.com/pages/create/migrate. You can just search for it, right? So when you create a page from your Facebook profile, what happens is that you'll actually be able to get all these different benefits. You'll be able to, you can put up ads, you can make money from that, you get tracking information. But however, the problem with this, right? The problem with this is that sometimes because when you do this, your friends, okay, suddenly they get pulled into the Facebook page. They are like, oh, so you're starting a page, and they pull in. So they are a bit confused. They're a bit confused. What am I doing here? And they usually don't say anything because, they are your friends. So they just simply turn a blind eye. They just ignore your page. So then you lose the goal, the initial purpose of creating the page, because you wanted people to engage with you. But now they see that you created business-related stuff. So they will then turn a blind eye. So that kind of beats the entire purpose, right? It beats the entire strategy. So therefore, what I was saying over there, right? So the bad thing about that is that, friends who got, forcibly pulled into your Facebook page, right? Okay, friends, they may not, want to see, okay? They may not want to see business-related stuff. And I would say business stuff, right? Because they're your friends, they're your family, so they may not be so interested in watching your business stuff, okay? I'm coming to a bit of a solution later, so just stick around with me. So those of you who are watching me live, please just drop me a comment and let me know that you're around, because this is actually live, it's not recorded. All right, so I just want to let you know this is actually something that I learned that I'm going to do. So yeah, so friends may not actually want to see your business related stuff, okay? And the other thing is that the good thing about this when you're doing a page is that, of course, you are able to run ads, okay? You can run ads, okay? The good thing about it is you can have insights. So when it comes to insights, that means you can actually see how many people are watching your videos, how many people are clicking, engaging, or whatsoever. So this is actually good stuff. But the problem with having a page like this is that, okay, I wouldn't say a problem, but on a page itself, business related people, right? Business, I would say business related people, business people, okay, may not want to see your lifestyle stuff, right? So because they are there, they follow you in the first place with regards to business. They are following you with regards to trying to find out what you know what you have been doing. Hey Wayne, good to see you. I can see that you commented. Thank you, thank you. So when you're doing something like this, right? You put up your lifestyle stuff. You know what I had for lunch, what I had for dinner. You know, I'm traveling. What you know, some of them don't want to see this because they actually just want to see your business related stuff they're putting online. So when you put lifestyle stuff, they're not interested in that, right? So when it comes to or your own profile, again, coming back, okay, the bad thing about when you have this, okay, is that you can't run ads. Okay, you can't run ads. All right. So, and like I said earlier, you have no insights. Okay, no insights. So you won't be able to actually see the analytics. So as a business, you want to see analytics, right? And then the other thing is that because when you go full on, right, full force into business related kind of stuff, right, what happens is that you actually alienate, okay, over here, you alienate your friends, okay, when you go full biz related stuff. So this is actually a real problem, I think, but a lot of us have made that decision. I've seen many people. In fact, I almost came to that conclusion of, if my friends are not going to support me for my business, I might as well not have them anyway. And you probably can hear the plane flying. So it's late at night, so they're still flying. They're just protecting our skies. Anyway, coming back. So when you do this, what happens is that a lot of people, they create a full-on business for their account, their profile, and they will alienate their friends. So their friends can't talk anymore. They can't see what's happening anymore. And then when it comes to the page itself, I was talking earlier, because when we have a page account, your friends don't want to see that. Then on your page itself, you start to share your lifestyle stuff. Your family don't want to see that. So there's this problem, right? I'm not sure if you know, but that's the problem I'm facing. So how do you actually kind of deal with that? So that is actually a way to kind of circumvent that. And that was the first picture I put over here, right? What was the overlooked feature on Facebook? So this feature is something that everybody has. And I was like, this is something that I used many years ago that I kind of forgot until very recently. That was like, when someone used this, his name was Dub. So when he used this feature, I'm like, yes, that was something that I used many years ago that I kind of forgot. So by doing this properly, right, what happens is that, what we really want, what for many of us really want, is that we want our friends to see what we're doing. We want to see the engagement for business related, for entrepreneurs. We want to see, we want our friends to see what's going on. But the problem with something like this, right, is that, when friends, they may not want to see the business related stuff, right? They are happy. Some of them are happy for you. Some of them are glad, but they don't really want to see your business stuff. So is there a middle ground, right? Is there a middle ground? It's a kind of weird picture, but is there maybe I just get rid of this. Is there a way that we can kind of match the two? There is. So I'm going to show you a little. So the way I found is actually, this is the same feature that you have as well in your own account. All right. So here's how it's done. So when you go into your Facebook accounts, the place to do it is actually you click under this see more over here, and there's this thing called friends list. So this might be something that you already are using, but it's something that I forgot. So when it comes to creating when you're, like, for example, you're creating a post, you're sharing videos. When you create a post or videos, you can actually set the controls of who sees that post. So the common things we see is that we want to let the public see it. Then we can let our friends, that means the people who are connected with us on Facebook, only see it. And then we can only make it for ourselves. So there are some stuff that only we can see, no one else can see. So those are some limitations. But there's actually a little bit deeper trick that we can use, which is actually to create segmented lists here right on Facebook. Okay. So coming back over here. So you can see over here, what I've done is that you can actually create the list. You can actually make these are acquaintances. I think acquaintances, close friends. So you can see over here. All right, I think it's a little bit. I use the dark theme because I usually work in the middle of the night. So you can see, right, there is this cogwheel icon that appears. So this cogwheel icon means that I can actually modify this list, and you can see I also made one for church. So here's what I mean. When you create a list, okay, you can call it whatever you want. You can put in the names. Okay, so you can go in one by one. You can go by A and then A and then, whoops, right? Right. So A and then B. You can go one by one, but it's very tedious to go through this one by one. And if you want to make sure that you have a good list, I believe you need to put in some work, because if you want to have the best of both worlds, it's a little bit of work that you need to do. Okay. So here is how I do it, right? So for example, if I click on marketing and business, right, this is what I do, what I do, right? So I can actually put in, let me zoom out a little bit here. Okay, I can actually put in the list of friends over here. So I can start to put in the, like, you know, okay, ABC and whatsoever. I can put that in this way. I can click on see all, right? Okay, you can see like that. And I can actually start to manually add different people. This is actually those on the list already. So if I'm actually losing what I'm trying to say, maybe I'll just make it easier. Let me rewind a little bit and just show you exactly how. Oh, thanks for sharing my video. So thanks for so how to do it from start. So if you click on create list, and let's say I want to create a list only for the people who are, let's say, who I've newly added, okay, who are people who I want to get acquainted with, and they are just here to watch my stuff for the first time. So let's say I call this new biz friends. Okay, so I create this list, and when I create this list, I can actually have this, you know, welcome to Facebook. I can actually click on this, add friends to this list, and what I can do is I can simply just go onto all my friends over here and just, let's say, just add this, and randomly. Okay, this is just for example. Okay, so I can add all these different people into this list. So when I click finish, okay, when I click finish, these people will then be on this list. All right, and then afterwards, when I go into my profile, I go into my profile over here, and if let's say I make a post, okay, so this is a post, right? I can click on this option over here, this drop down menu over here, and you can see over here that, you see, this new biz friends. So this means that everybody who is, when I make this post, only the people in the list can see. Everybody else won't be able to see it. So this is kind of like a matching of the best of both worlds, right? I was showing you a little bit earlier, the kind of match of both worlds, where you're able to, you know, marry both together, because you'll be able to marry both of this, kind of match both together. So when I found this, it was pretty interesting. Then let me come back over here. I'm just clicking around a lot. Now, so this is actually doing it manually. But what happens if you are, actually most of this I have found it, I've only done it manually. I don't think there's an auto feature just yet, because I don't think Facebook knows who is the ones you really know and who are the ones who are newly added. So that's something that you need to control. So therefore, I think this requires manual work. And so how do we go about that? Let me come back into my list over here. So the other thing you can do is, let's say if you have added a new friend, and you find it very troublesome to like go into that list earlier, you know, just like what I was saying, like you go into your profile, click on this see more, and click on friends list, and then from friends list you go to edit into this new biz friends, and from new biz friends you like add another friend. It might be there's a lot of steps that goes into this, but there is actually a shorter way. So the shorter way is really just to, for example, yeah, I'm seeing my own self here. So for example, if I'm looking at, let's say this is my new friend. So Guan Yuan, I've known him for a while already. So if, let's say, for this person is a new friend, for example, what I can do is I simply go to his profile and click over here on this friends icon. When I click on this, you can see this edit friend list, right? So when we click on the edit friend list, you will then be able to put him or her into this list. Okay. So when you do something like this, what happens is that now whenever, the plane is still flying. So what happens is that now when you make a new post, you don't have to flood all of your friends with your business related stuff if you're putting business related content. And if you are putting lifestyle stuff, you don't have to share that with all of your business related people. Right, so you can actually have one single profile. You don't have to go through the extra step of creating a business fan page, right, to separate both. Now, of course, if you are doing business, you should be putting your business stuff on your page, because again, like I said, it's against Facebook terms of service to have a profile purely for business. But if you have the ability to separate both out, okay, to a page and a profile, that would be best. But if you want the best of both worlds, this is the best solution that I have found so far. It's a bit of manual work, but I think it's very worth it. So what happens is that you can actually create a post, and then afterwards choose who can get to see that post, which is the business related stuff. Then you let all the business people see that, the new business related kind of people. And then you can have lifestyle stuff that's only for your friends and family. Cool, right? And then what's very interesting is if you want to let the whole world see it later, you can then simply go to that post. Okay, let me just show you the example. Back into the account over here. So you can actually hit back. Let's say if I go to my account. All right. And okay, so you can see over here, this is actually and this is I actually send ads to myself so that I can actually review people's ads and just to restudy them. So I can actually just go into this, okay, and click on this icon here, and I can change this. I can change the privacy level of this. So if, for example, I have a post that has been well received in the business related kind of stuff, then what I can do, if I want to show my friends, my family about that, I can change that from business related to public, to everybody. So then now my friends and family will be saying, oh, wow, there's like a lot of people engaging. That would make you look good for your friends and family, won't it? Right? And then likewise, if let's say you have like a post, right, about your own private style, your lifestyle stuff that you don't want the business people to see, and then you realize that when you put up stuff that's like there's not a lot of views, there's not a lot of responses, but and I was saying there's not a lot of views, not a lot of responses, you don't have to open that up. You have the option now to choose whether you want to show it publicly or keep it private. So this is a little bit of a trick, I would say, that I found so far, and I will be completely utilizing this. This was something, this, like I said earlier, right, this was an overlooked feature on Facebook, and I hope that you found this useful. So this was a little bit of a hack. I intended to cover this in only 10 minutes, but I guess I went double over time. So I hope this has been useful. If you have found this useful, please share this with a friend, share this with someone who is an entrepreneur, who's a business person. How can they use both their profile and a Facebook page and kind of have the best of both worlds? This is kind of a little bit of a trick that I found, and I hope that this will be useful for you. Now, if you found this useful, even if you are my own friend, my own personal contact, please let me know so I can read your comments and I can hear from you, right? So share this with a friend, share it, just forward this with different people. I hope you really enjoyed this, okay? That's all I have. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I will see you next time, right? So that's it from me. Bye-bye.